now. If you look at the quad, you can see the large view map, shows the position of the ship, and we're just descending and waiting to start our exploration of this quite deep area in an area around Santa Lucia Bank. And we're hoping to see corals, sponges, deep sea fish. And Erica, for the kelp wall sampling, someone actually wants us to pick up the kelp, that if we see any kelp that has drifted down from the surface. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So a lot of what the deep sea has to feed on is things that drift from the surface. And most of the time it's particulate matter, marine snow, they call it, or small plankton, small organisms that are coming down from the surface. As people know, most of the photosynthesis occurs, or all of the photosynthesis have to have light, but here in the deep sea with no light, you have a lot of the organisms depend on food that rains down from the surface. And sometimes what you see is whole blades of kelp sitting on the bottom. And so it's come from the surface and inshore quite a bit more than here. So we have a researcher who's interested in looking at that, what we call drift kelp. And some of the carbon flow from the photic zone, as we call it, where photosynthesis can happen, does get into the deeper sea by organisms that travel up and down, go into the photic zone, and so carbon transfer there and then migrate down. But this is quite a deep depth. So there probably is less of that interaction down this deep. There's lots of adaptations to the deep sea. Food is scarce, so if you're a larger animal, having a large mouth allows you to grab food and as much of it as you can when it's there, and then digest it over a longer period of time. A lot of animals down in the deep sea are filter feeders. They're just filtering the water and grabbing all that carbon that's raining down from the surface. There are also adaptations to the low light. Some of it is generating your own light, the photophores. Also allows you to do things like attract prey to you by flashing your lights, or even attract mates to you by winking at them with your lights.
See what action.
As I said, one of the we have some scientists that aren't on the virtual chat here, but are chatting in a chat room and texting us, and one of them said that famous line from Long Car Drives, "Are we there yet?" So this has been a long descent, so everybody is looking forward to getting near the bottom. I think I'll
Yeah, so actually we're about 65 meters off, so in the next couple minutes you'll hear some ops talk and things like this. So, but we should be on the bottom in a few minutes.
I'm going to be quiet now for a while because you guys will be talking and getting yourself set up. So I'm going to put myself on mute for a little while and let you guys have some quiet time.
Raj. All right,
And
I'll
that's
stop
50, pretty much.
Roger. All right. Ben, what's going to be our target bearing there?
Once. It's gonna be like 010.
010. Roger.
Yeah, change that to north. Due north.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Due north.
Due north. Okay, so I'll come towards Kim then.
I think we'll do more just following the slope though, so we'll see.
Roger.
It's been interesting that when we come down to depth and stop, there's always a cloud of pyrosomes. I wonder if we drag them under the vehicle all the way down from the surface.
Yeah, get our sea pickle sandwiches going.
I'm seeing some appendicularians too without their houses.
All right, I see myself in down.
What the hell?
$12K and change on the cable.
Roger. Thanks, Kim.
This is an audio slate for dive number 1832. UTC time is 012603. Mark.
Dun dun.
There you are.
There we are. All righty, Kim. Shall we?
We shall.
Roger.
Don't see bottom on sonar either.
I think it's gonna be somewhat flat.
I doubt this bottom range again to 50.
Roger.
Bottom on sonar.
Rog. And we have visuals. All right. Well, Marley, let's go ahead and get your white balance underway.
Let's do it. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. All right, Marley, go ahead and push in there, please. All right, camera's gonna go to black real quick.
Roger.
And we're good.
Roger that.
Marley, when you get a chance, could you put the map screen up on one of the views?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the reminder. Should be up there now. Does that look good?
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, nothing on the muso yet. So we want to just march due north for a bit, get our bearing with the slope, and adjust. This target is 005. This one's more like 350.
Okay.
So let's just go north and see what the slope looks like.
Roger that. And that's about a kilometer away.
The first target's like 400 meters.
Oh, Rog.
Yeah, not too bad. But remember, these are 30-meter contours, so
Roger that.
we'll have to feel it out a little bit.
Roger. All right, well, I'm happy.
I'm
I'll have you
delirious.
You're delirious. Oh.
Uh-oh.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
It's 40 meters good for now.
Yep, for sure.
Can you zoom in on those things drifting in the current there? The long, flexible
Sure.
tubes there.
All right, Marley, go ahead.
These guys?
Yeah, right to the right of the lasers right now, one of those.
To the right of the
The
laser.
really little ones?
No, they're just, they're about 30 centimeters long. And
Are you sure it's not the one? Maybe there's a little bit of a lag. Are they the ones in our screen now?
yes,
Roger.
CPET or?
That's full zoom.
Rog. Is this good for you there, or
yeah, that's good. They're just very flexible and are right down, blowing in the current there, right near the bottom. And I was just curious to look at them a little closer.
Yeah, definitely. All right, on the road.
Okay, thank you.
We do have a quick question for the ROV folks. Do we know what size the mesh is on the scoop bag? And whether it's larger or smaller than 0.5 millimeter?
I believe larger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
First fish is a grenadier, it looks like. I was reading today that one of the specific names for the deep water grenadier is Yaquinae, which I'm guessing is named after Yaquina, which is the bay and river here in Newport, Oregon. So I'm really curious to hear the story behind that one. It's Coryphaenoides yaquinae. I'm guessing there aren't too many other Yaquina things there. Some different sea cucumbers
I'm gonna keep them
down the
coming in.
street.
Yep.
So Liz, do you have any guesses on what those were? Are they worms? Are they sponges? Any ideas?
I've been contemplating that. I am unclear what those are, and if at some point somebody in the science chat room could weigh in, I'd be really interested. They're very flexible, more flexible than the average sea pen would be, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's pretty sad when you can't tell a coral from a sponge, but we're having trouble. And I'm going sea pen, but it'd be great if. Who do we have on right now? We have Meredith, we have Abby, who are our coral and sponge experts, respectively. And I'd be interested in what they thought about those long, snaky, very flexible things on the bottom.
I was just going to mention the scotoplanes, Chad, our first sea pigs of the night.
Yes. I am seeing sea pigs, but I don't know what those snaky things are.
Meredith's guess is a polychaete feeding appendage.
Yeah.
And Guy, are you asking for a core? We do have it on our objectives.
Yeah, let me know and I can stop the show.
So we're waiting for an answer from our geologist colleague.
And Chad's saying that sometimes crabs will carry around the scoter planies. If you stop near one, you could roll a sea pig over to see if a crab is underneath.
Now that I didn't
Got-
know. So the sea pigs are the sea cucumbers you'll see as we go by. They're not the pink ones. They're sort of
There's one right.
clear whitish right there.
There's one right
Sea
under the
one.
lasers.
Yeah.
The white one.
The white one. Or
No, these guys are more brownish. They with the legs, they look like they've got.
Yeah.
is
There's
this
one
right
in
one
the
On
here?
my
corner.
screen, they look white.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
go
There's a
back
line
to
of
the right
3
corner.
of them. Right bottom corner,
Let me
and then between the two.
The one with all the spikes on
like
it?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Mary.
They look like little eggs on
Very
it.
excited to use that for the first time.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, let's get some light on it.
The pink guys are still holothurians, though, right? Like they're still sea cucumbers.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right, Marley, go
And
ahead.
I have it. Oh, I see that they're brown. I'm seeing why you call them brown now, Erica. When I see them at a distance, they're kind of whitish.
Don't really understand where the pig comes from.
I can see it.
All right, that's full zoom.
Because they're chubby?
Reg.
I don't know.
I guess.
Oh. Look at that little
right,
tail he
Merritt.
has there, too.
Is it because it rolls around in the mud?
It's weird
That why
how
is it
has a
big?
couple just on the dorsal side, like 4, and then our whole around the margin. Or
So Meredith has an answer on the wormy things and is reporting that those are
Come on,
acorn
Marley.
worms, and that what we're seeing is the proboscis extended.
Ah, thank you. I couldn't see if they had polyps or not when we zoomed in before. And you can see on the lower right-hand side of the screen, it looks like acorn worm poop there. So they feed for a while, and then they take a little while after they've taken all the organic material out to, and now you can see a little poop pile beside one of those acorn worms. I've never seen so many out
Marley, you want to zoom,
with
please?
their,
paint bucket.
Marley, can you zoom, please? We got here.
Gastropods all over it.
Wow, look at that little habitat.
What's that growing on the paint bucket?
Let's see, let's sit down here.
Is it preopulent?
a bucket? What is that?
Yeah,
What
let's
is
go.
a bucket?
Yes, a bucket.
We found the
It
lid
is.
on the earlier dive.
Are those holothroidians or something else?
I think I can zoom a little more.
Looks like a paint bucket.
Let's see.
All right, Marley, go ahead and come wide, please. Interesting.
International something.
Little piece of kelp for Taylor Ann.
And they're long enough it's turned into habitat.
Science, was there a confirmation or a yes no from Guy?
Whether he wanted a core?
Yes, he has passed up on the core.
Roger. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna bring us a little like 010.
010, Raj.
More sea pigs.
Ooh, hello. Marley, you want to zoom on this fish as it comes into screen?
Do you want to turn the lasers off just for a second?
Sure. We're at a standstill. Okay, buddy.
Another grenadier.
Is that a piece of kelp there on the bottom of the screen?
Yes.
I believe so. Well, be occluded by our thruster wash now.
Yeah, the grenadier's coming over to see if there's anything to eat. Big eyes, big mouth, both adaptations to the deep sea.
Thanks, Kim.
And a highly developed lateral line, which is a sensing organ. It's epithelial cells that are repurposed as little hair cells along the body in a line, and can sense movement using those cells.
Is that a sea pen up at the top of the screen?
Oh, I see what you're saying now. I think I have a little bit more delay than you do, Erica.
The one coming in a center screen now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Are you want to do a zoom in there, please?
Oh, it is a sea pen.
All right, Marley, come wide, please.
We're just not going to let Meredith get any sleep, and she'll have to stay on.
We're starting to come into some.
Yeah. The thing is, the land path is in the valley of two slopes. So
Sorry?
the target waypoints are in the valley of two slopes.
Reg.
Try not to keep us too far in one of
Is that kelp there?
Looks like it, yeah. Are you talking about this whole brambly mess here?
It looks like to the left, maybe, the brambly mess?
pieces, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
chunks.
Liz, that is one of our objectives. Should we grab one of those?
What, the funiculina? The
No, the
C10?
kelp. No, the kelp for
Uh,
microplastics.
Yeah, should we slurp it?
We can also, let's just put it in a bin because last time we slurped it, we got some things stuck where they shouldn't be stuck.
Okay. Yeah, let's just grab it and put it in one of the smallest compartments. It's going to be a little floaty potentially.
Yeah. You can probably put a rock on it if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd take the bigger piece if you can.
Bigger piece. Oh, that's the one to my right. Look how floaty that guy is. Yeah. So I'll probably do a kill the one of the starboard verts there when we drop it into the box. We'll have to make note, Mary, that we have a floaty sample in there.
Sounds good.
I don't see any rocks to pick up to put on it.
Sea pigs.
Sea pigs won't do us much good, no do. Hey, you stay.
There may be a rock there above the lasers.
All right.
If this one's going to get away, we've seen a lot already. We'll probably see more tumbling down these escarpments, Chad suggests.
Roger.
That's also a good point.
But if we collect this now, we could sit down and let things declare. No, that's going to get away from us anyway.
I was tempted to sit on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So our coral.
You want to grab while I?
Coral.
Yeah. That's a good point. Would you like to grab and then I don't have to sit down?
Flying grab. Grab it.
Yeah, and our coral expert, Gary Williams, says yes, that sea pen that we zoomed into was funiculina.
It's going to be back here somewhere in the middle of my dust cloud.
And just to ask Gary and Meredith, any interest in collecting another one if we see one?
Actually, science, it seems like there was some slightly abundant kelp. We can wait for that cloud to settle, or we can just, it seems like we've seen 3 pieces so far.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Oh, there's a smaller bit down here actually, as our dust storm kind of follows us. Sorry?
The current that's going to the west, to the east, right?
Yeah, I think it went with the current behind us. I don't think those are kelp actually.
Yeah, we'll just keep our eyes out for some more.
Sorry?
Yeah, I think the easiest thing to collect would be if there's kelp up against something.
Roger.
Maybe. So it doesn't quite have as much float.
All right. Well, there's a good wall there. Kim, you want to come up on the delta, please? Ben, did you back the ship up?
The ship has been backed up 15 meters and stopped. Keep back.
Well, we have found our contour.
And a sponge.
Coming up.
And the GL is just as excited. We found solid bedrock.
Wow.
So soft, I barely saw it.
I'm a bit high. We got loads of kelp here. Yeah. We'll get ourselves sussed out with this little cliffside. All right. Well, science will find some more kelp as we fly along these sedimented pancakes.
All right, I'm gonna keep it 0, 1, 0.
0, 1, 0, Roger.
Is the current very strong here for you? Are you having to thrust a lot to keep straight?
There's a bit of current. Roger. Like flat. Yeah. Oh, it's at 6 meters, that's why. Oh, that could be it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Are we waiting for a ship move right now?
Yep, we're waiting for a move, but just note
Can
that
can you zoom in onto that edge there where the lasers are? Just that little edge. I kind of want to see what's living along that edge there.
sure thing.
Right, kind of in the center. just because we're waiting, might as well do a Zoom.
Sure thing. Yeah, since we're pretty deep, it'll take a while for us to feel a ship move. That makes, yeah, we just have to move all this cable in the water. Marley, go ahead and zoom on in there, please.
Roger.
Well, not as interesting as I thought it would be.
Marley, gonna come a little wide there, please. You can look at these up here too, if you like. Yeah, there's not a whole lot living here, hey?
No, it must. I'm thinking it probably is
Wide,
pretty
Marley.
unstable. But it's interesting.
Hmm.
Oh, there's a piece of kelp.
Oh, Raj, kelp.
If you just below, yeah, there you go.
Yep.
What do you think?
We can put it in the toolbox and drop a big rock on it and make sure that it stays down.
Okay, and it looks like you got a rock here.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold position.
Yep. The pose beside it.
And if it blows, it may just blow up against that ledge there. So we may not lose it.
I've seen these approaches work.
Yeah. Yeah. So Science, did you want this kelp piece?
Yep, I think it's a good spot to try for it.
Roger that. Did you have a 5-0 in there? Then?
I only came 3-0 total. I can
Oh, okay, Raj.
go back 2-0.
It's okay. I think we'll be all right.
I think we're good.
Got to keep an eye on that mezzo.
This one looks a little heavier than the last one we tried for.
Gonna try flying grab.
Marley, full wide, please. That little line there, like at first I was like, It's a nice little fault line. Nice and jolty.
There's a little crustacean down there holding on to it. Can't tell what it is.
Mary, I actually might recommend that we put this in the toolbox. Just because if it floats, if it has a tendency to float, we don't want to keep opening a box, and we have a lot more sampling opportunities in the starboard pile than we do in the toolbox. Okay.
Yeah, so I would put it in the toolbox. Sounds good to me.
Roger that.
And what's our starting sample number tonight?
It is 057.
Thank you.
Okay, would you mind put on the porch light there, please? And then when you get a chance, can you tool out? Tool out. Thank you. Roger. Thanks, Kim. Oh, I was just getting in my face there. I think I'm up in the bumper. There we go. Ben, you want to keep an eye on that mezzo?
I'm watching. Yeah.
Roger.
Iraq.
Still in a rock for this guy?
I'm thinking.
It's sinking.
Yeah,
Looks
I'm
like it
thinking,
settled
yes,
down.
Iraq.
No rock?
Oh, has it, you think? I was thinking
All right, I think
we
we're gonna have
should
to
use
go.
Iraq, but if you think of it, if it's settled, no, there it goes
Still
again.
inside
I say Iraq.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's down now, it could float up next time we open the box, you know?
All right, Kim, you and I
Yeah.
close up the toolbox there, please. And I'm gonna have to go, Science. The cliff's creeping in, but want me to grab a
Okay.
rock and we can put it in there.
Yep.
Next go rounder here.
I'll actually be on right here. Nice little candidate.
We're slowing down. It's still right on the 20.
Roger. All right. So we'll drop this guy in there momentarily. Please stand by.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
All right.
Wonder if that's a rock or a mud clod.
Question. Ooh. Spoke too soon.
I think we had quite a bit of time.
Yeah, sure.
Question is, do we count the rock as a second sample?
Yeah.
You want to come up on the delta there, Kim? Look at those pancakes.
I know. Carbonate legend?
See, now that you've said pancakes, I've decided that's what I'm having for dinner. I got off watch. I thought, ooh, that sounds good.
Very cool.
Another sea pen here, maybe?
All right. I'll just sit down up here so we don't have to thrust around so much. All right, parking again.
And let me know when you feel comfortable with the ship move, because it'll take a while.
Sure thing. Yeah, once I get the rock in there, then you can call in a ship move.
The acorn worm floated away.
Yeah, that's like. Yeah, little itty bitty guy.
Yeah, it is a rock. We got some
All right, Marilyn.
I am curious. This should get a sample number, I think, because there's interesting biology on it as well. Can we give it its own sample number?
Roger.
Sure, if that's what you guys want to do. So we 058 then.
Got it.
All right. Stay.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure thing.
Nice job, Jim.
All right, Ben. Yeah, you can go ahead and call it in. All right. Oh, yeah, please do. How much I love gauges. Ben, that's a 010, correct?
010.
Roger.
Yeah, so science, I don't know if you saw in the dive plan, we have these alternative targets like 5B1, 5B2. So the targets that were given are right in the valley of these two kind of slopes. And those 5B targets would keep us kind of going upslope in a steeper portion. So right now it looks like we're climbing a little bit on this eastern slope,